evening, everyone, and welcome to Sunway Test's Late Evening Thoughts. It's really good to be back again. This evening, we have a very special guest, Ms. Jiahui, the top affiliate in the world for the June 2022 exams. Welcome, Jiahui. May we have you joining us, please?
Hi everyone. Good
Hi, Jiahui.
evening.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Miss Kiran.
Congratulations for being the top in the world. You have attained the highest total average marks worldwide for the strategic professional exams upon achieving affiliate status. And that's a great achievement. So, cheers to that. Congratulations. Being a top
Thank you,
affiliate,
Miss.
you're welcome. Being a top affiliate itself is a great cause for celebration. Jiahui is also a prize winner for the following papers: for CAT, MA1, and FAU World Prizes, for ACCA, FR Malaysian Prize, AA Malaysian Prize, SBR World Prize, AAA World Prize, SBL Malaysian Prize. Wow, Jiahui, great achievement and totally impressed. A grand salute for such great achievement.
Thank you,
And
Miss.
you're welcome. And I also noticed that you aced all the audit papers, every audit paper that was there. You basically got world prizes for the FAU paper in CAT, the AA and AAA paper in ACCA. And for the corporate reporting, you had Malaysian prize for the FR paper and the world prize for SBR. That's a trailblazing excellence achievement. Heartiest congratulations on your triumphant victory. You are certainly a role model to our existing students and to our aspiring students who are joining us today, or they will be watching this session later on. In one of your promo banners leading to this evening's talk, you use the quotation from J.K. Rowling. It is our choices that show what we truly are far more than our abilities. You certainly have proven your mettle. Your sheer determination and tenacity have played a huge role and sustained you in achieving these successes. A true reflection of your choices, being a prize winner for a couple of papers is no. It happens. We have seen that with many of our students. However, in your case, two world prizes at CAT, three world prizes, and two Malaysian prizes at ACCA, as well as the top affiliate in the world. Wow, great achievement. Our listeners are certainly very excited to know you and definitely want to know how you attained your success. So, dear listeners, I will be asking questions to Jiahui, and I hope these questions meet your expectations. However, if there are questions that you would want to ask, please put them in the chat box. During the session itself, we will be looking at your questions and we'll pick them and we'll get Jiahui to answer your questions. Yeah. All right. So let's start. Let's start with the first question. Let's get to know you. So, how would you describe yourself, Jiahui?
How would I describe myself? I guess I am someone that is quite funny sometimes, but quite lame because I like to make jokes using sometimes accounting terms or accounting jokes. And then I think I'm someone who is like I have OCD. I must get all my things done very nicely, must get it done quick. And then sometimes I have high expectation of myself. Whatever that I feel like I can achieve it, I will think that I will do it. I'm not the type of person that I do it just for the sake of doing it, but I do it to excel in it.
That's very interesting, and I'm sure you would have thought through and planned a pathway to achieve whatever you have desired your heart on, right?
Yes, of course. I also like put in a lot of efforts to be where am I now. But of course, I need to thank a lot of people for helping me, my family, my friends, my lecturers. They really supported me in whatever that I'm doing. They gave me support to help me know that whatever that I choose, they will always be there for me.
That's a very sweet of you. Though the success is, of course, in your name, it's very nice that you have acknowledged a lot of people behind your success. Wait, and I understand from you, some of the chats we had, that you're actually from a science stream, right? When you were in school,
Yes.
how did you decide on wanting to do accounting?
Okay, this is a really, really fun story. So when I was in Form 5,
Okay.
when I was in Form 4 and Form 5, I really, really liked science and maths. So what first came to my mind was typical like engineers or actuarial science. So I actually like actively search up on this. But on the other hand, my dad is an auditor. So since young, I've been looking at him flying all over the places, visiting client places, having good meals. So I actually told myself I want to have a job like my dad in the future that doesn't need to sit in the office from 8 to 5. I want to go outside to visit other places, learn about other people. And then there is my brother who took principal account and he aspired to follow my dad's footsteps. So he joined CAT 1 year before me. And every weekend, when I was in Form 5, every weekend he came home, he started to brainwash me. Hey sis, you want to come join CAT? It is fun. Studying accounting is fun. You like maths? You would like accounting. This thing is great. It's not like what other people say. You have no life. CAT is great. Sunway is great. So week by week, I slowly get brainwashed. Then somehow I just ended up like, okay lah, I think accounting isn't that bad. Since I like maths, I think it's fine. Then maybe if I have any problem, I can ask my dad or ask my brother. Then in the end, I will be able to work a job that is like my father, which I always look up since I was young.
So, Jerry, it was your father who was your first role model, and thereafter, it was your brother who inspired you to do accounting.
Yes, yes. Since young, I've been looking at my father flying all over the places, visiting client places. I thought to myself that is the kind of job that I will want in the future.
Okay, that was when you were young. So, now that you know better, do you think that it fits the bill?
Mm, For now, I think yes, because as an auditor, we do actually visit client places. But then what I see
Do
when I was
yes.
young was all the beauty. Is when after you work for many, many years, because when I was young, I think since I remember my dad is already in a mid-level to a high-level position. So what I see now is the not so pretty side. As a junior, you need to OT, you need to do a lot of repetitive work, you work until late at night and it's not that fun. But I think yeah, every job has its own hard thing, and I think whatever we start off with, it will be difficult, but as long as we continue on some years later, it will be great.
Certainly, we always have to start from the bottom, and that's what gives us a lot of experience and exposure. And you will definitely attain, what you have seen your dad enjoying, and I'm very sure you will have that as well. So I guess choosing ACCA and coming to Sunday Test was definitely influenced by your brother, right? And it
Yes,
always makes sense to be in the same place, easier for the two siblings to travel and to get to campus. And like you said, it was easy for you to for you to refer to him in case you needed help. True.
yes. And somehow because Sunway Test has really, really great lecturers, like Sunway Test is the like best accounting institution in Malaysia, and Sunway Test is really, really famous for their professional accounting course. So I guess most of the people who will choose to do ACCA will come to Sunway Test.
Thank you for that affirmation. Yes, Sunday Test is one of the largest tuition providers. Let's get back to so when you joined in, you came into CAT and you joined in 2019. You completed your CAT in 1 year. So coming from the science stream, what was your impression of accounting?
Oh, when I first started, all I know is accounting, there is debit and credit. But then someone told me debit can be plus or debit can be minus, but credit can be plus and credit can be minus. It was so confusing. So, but then I'm lucky because Sunway Test and CAT, they teach accounting from scratch, which is the first subject, FA1, Financial Accounting 1. So it is aimed for those students who doesn't have accounting background like me. So I'm able to understand everything from the bottom, from the scratch, and slowly build up my knowledge. And everyone, I think for those with accounting knowledge, they get an exemption if you get a good result in SPM. So I feel like I don't feel that bad because I know, even though I know I don't know a lot of things, but I know that I am able to learn these things.
Yeah, you came out with two world prizes at CAT. That proves it, right? And then you joined into the ACCA and you took 1.5 years to complete your skills level. What were your
Mm.
sequence of your papers?
I took performance management, which is arranged by Sunway test, then subsequently took law and tax, then financial management, financial reporting, and audit assurance. And this is the sequence that is recommended by Sunway test. And I feel like it's okay because the knowledge that we acquired in the beginning papers helps in the later papers.
Right. There is a reason for that sequence flow, and that basically led you on to your professional, strategic professional level. So that was another year. Now, if we add up in total, your journey for ACCA was 3.5 years. Clean record of attempting and acing the papers at each attempt. Very impressive. And once again, I would like to ask you, what was your sequence of the papers at your strategic level?
I started my strategic level with AFM, Advanced Financial Management, because when I started my strategic professional level, the first semester was a relatively short semester. So many people advise me that SBR, Strategic Business Reporting, is a scary monster to take in a short semester. So in order to avoid taking SBR in that short semester, so I took AFM, which is also a subject of my interest because it has quite a number of calculations. And so I took AFM, SBR, and subsequently I took Advanced Audit and Assurance, AAA, and SBL, Strategic Business Leader. So I feel like the knowledge that I get in my first three papers has developed my maturity to be able to answer my SBL paper, because SBL paper is a paper that requires business thinking and to be able to analyze the case well, to be able to give up good suggestions.
True, that is the only 4 hours paper and a case study paper. And what did you call SBR paper just now? The scary monster. And it was that
Yes.
scary monster where you got your world prize, Jiahui. So was it the scary monster that motivated to really, really work hard on it?
I guess one of the motivation was because there were many prize winners in my SBR class, and I feel like
Mm.
easily there were 10 prize winners in my SBR class. So that kind of motivate me to prove myself to be the best of the prize winners. So I actually worked really hard in SBR, and my lecturer also really helped me really much during that paper. She motivated us and gave us study tips to be able to ace our paper.
So for the four strategic level papers, you actually have two world prizes and one Malaysian prize. Wow, that's what got you to be the top affiliate. Very, very impressive. And I know you say work hard and all that. I'm going to come back shortly and going to ask you more on the work hard. I know we all use the term we work very hard, but we want to know a little bit more. What is that working hard? Okay, so I'll come back to that shortly. You have completed all these papers. Is there any paper that was a favorite paper, or was there a favorite topic?
Mm, I guess all accounting students prefer financial accounting over everything else because it has a lot of calculation. It is easy to understand. But SBR changed my mind as financial accounting paper is no longer easy. It's no longer calculation. But then I think one of the great thing was I don't really have a particular liking to a paper. So I'm able to study all papers the same, giving them the same amount of liking, same amount of attention. So I won't say like, okay, I don't like this paper, never mind, I don't want to study about it lah. So I feel like, mm, I like all papers equally. I like all subjects and all topics equally, and that helped me in my studies.
This is very interesting. Let me ask you this question. Did you plan to be a prize winner? Did you plan to be an affiliate? I mean, just out of curiosity, did you plan?
Okay, so when I followed my brother to participate in the open day. So the facilitator actually told told my brother and my family that there is this thing called a prize, which is awarded to the highest mark in the world. So I actually thought that time I haven't decided to study accounting. So I actually thought to myself, oh, these people must be really, really very smart. So my first CAT paper, which is MA1, then I got 100 marks out of it. I'm like, oh, okay. So now I'm the top in the world. Okay. Then later on, what motivated me to get another prize in CAT was to be able to get a full 100% scholarship. And later on, as I continued studying, the first few papers, I did not get a prize in my ACCA skill levels. The first paper that I got a prize was financial reporting, a Malaysia prize. And the primary motivation for me that is I have a friend who is also a prize winner, and he got 100 marks in financial reporting. So I really looked up to him, and I thought if he can do it, I can do it too. But I got
Wow.
93, which is Malaysian mark, I think is okay lah, not bad lah. Then subsequently
That's
in
excellent, actually. It's really high.
professional level, I didn't really aim for a prize because many people told me in professional level you concentrate to pass. So in my first paper, advanced financial management, I managed to get 85. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's quite a great mark. Maybe I should try to get a top affiliate in Malaysia. But little did I know, as I progressed, I realized, oh, my marks are quite good. I managed to get 2 world prize. So until my last paper, I told myself, maybe I should work a little bit harder to be able to get the world #1 top affiliate.
So you went step by step, I guess. And as
Yes.
you attained the success, that further motivated you. And during our chat, maybe I'm sure the listeners would like to know as well, your whole ACCA journey was funded by scholarships, isn't it? I mean, a few
Yes.
scholarships. Yeah. So
Yes.
would you like to share how you attained the scholarships?
Oh, okay. So first, because of my SPM, I managed to get 10 A plus. So the Sunway test, there was this global leader bursary, which covered my whole CAT and up to ACCA skills level. So
Oh,
before that,
excellent.
I didn't know it covered only until skills level. I keep thinking it covers the whole of ACCA. So until one day I was asking this Sunway test staff, what are the remaining amount I need to pay? So she highlighted to me, I look at it, oh, that is a lot that I need to pay. So she told me, yeah, you see that, ACCA levels applied skills only. So I told myself, oh no, that is still a lot that I need to pay. So I asked her, what are the other ways of getting a full scholarship for my ACCA level until strategic professional level? And she told me, get a world prize. So I thought, okay, CAT got a world prize. I need another world prize to cover a 50%. So in the end, I managed to get a world prize in ACCA at the end of my skills level, which is my audit assurance. And that covered my full tuition fee up to strategic professionals level.
Amazing. And after that, you still won a few more world prizes at the strategic level as well.
Yes, and that few world prizes gave me quite a great amount of cash prizes.
I know we were talking about it. And talking about those cash prizes that you won for having your Malaysian prize and world prizes, what did you do with those monies?
Oh, uh, I saved it up, and for now, in September, I will be going on an overseas trip. So I will be spending all my money on that trip.
Oh wow, that's excellent. Nothing is better than seeing the world with your own eyes. Yes, we can see it through the box being by being at home, but seeing it with our own eyes and experiencing it, that would be really really wonderful. So
Yes.
hearing you saying all this and setting out your plans, and we all say we want to work hard and we want to get a Malaysian prize, we want to get a world prize. The we set the intentions in the beginning. The journey is not a one day course, it is quite some time, and we are competing with so many students in the world. What is the one thing that probably that you do, or maybe a few things that you do on a daily basis to keep you motivated, to keep you holding on to this wish or desire?
Oh, that is a little thing I would like to share, but I think it's a little bit shameful. I paste the fee structure on my mirror, so every day I look at it. I should get a
Oh
prize so that I don't need
my.
to pay this fee. Then in my professionals level, because my tuition fee was fully waived at that time, so I take out the Sunway test cash prizes, paste it there. So every day I look at it. If I get a top of it, this is the amount of cash I will get. So yeah, that is my primary motivation to study. It's a bit shameful, but I think all
It's not
accountants love money.
shameful. You're no, I will not say it's shameful. I was thinking it's going to be something really tough and difficult, but you have just showed that you can ace it with simplicity. Very impressive.
Well,
Something
I
as
guess
simple
all
as putting up the
accountants
fees. Yeah.
I guess all accountants love money, so money is a good motivation for
You
accountants.
are truly proving it. Although you said you're from the science stream, but I think ever since you joined in, you became a true and true accountant right from the very beginning. Putting up numbers down there, accountants relate best with numbers.
Accounts is flowing in my blood now.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So there is this Chinese proverb that says teachers can open the door, but you must enter it yourself. What did you do above and beyond the lecturer's advice to ace your ACCA papers?
I guess what our lecturers will always tell us is to do practice, to revise, but then they do not tell us how many times we should practice, how many times we should revise, what are the methods we should revise. So of course, I will have my own study method. After my lecture, I will revise on what was taught during the lecture so that I will be able to understand and then subsequently remember what was being taught. And of course, one most important thing is ACCA is we really need to practice, especially practice by typing out, because ACCA is a fully computer-based exam. So many people keep thinking that I just read the answer and highlight it, it will be sufficient. No, we actually need to practice typing. So especially after we finish our whole syllabus, we need to actively practice the past year questions and type it out. And also maybe sometimes for accounting and auditing papers, maybe I will look up to those accounting and auditing standards to see the actual definition that is given by the standard setting body to be able to better understand, like, why is the standard this way.
And in the standards also they have illustrations and examples as well, and that can enhance and foster understanding. Many lecturers do say, practice the questions at least a minimum of 2 to 3 times. You have actually just done it and proven it. Like what I said earlier, many students, yeah, I know I was a student once, and yeah, sometimes we set high goals in the beginning, but to sustain and to persevere and to have that outcome, that's another journey altogether. And you have proven, with simple things and just keep doing and being consistent and being, and persevering, you will attain the success. So, what is one of your favorite nugget of wisdom that you want to share with the listeners?
Favorite nugget of wisdom that I would like to share.
Hmm.
Is it regarding accounting or something that my lecturer
Anything,
taught?
anything, anything that you want to share that the listeners can benefit from it. Something that
Hmm.
you have utilized and that has worked well for you.
Someone told me ACCA is a journey in the end that you are going to walk on your own, but your friends are the ones that will help you walk, as they will help you stand up when you fall down. So I guess ACCA is really a tough journey, but with the support of friends and of course with family members and lecturers, we are able to complete it.
Very nice. And you talk about family and friends. So I guess these are your support system.
Yes, my family
So
and
do you,
friends are always there for me whenever I'm in need. And whenever I need someone to talk to, I know there are a few certain people I can always talk to, which will never think that I'm spamming them or wasting their time. They give me the confidence that I'm an important person to them. I can always look for them to talk
very
anything.
nice. Okay, so you talk about your friends. Are these your friends which are your classmates, or are these outside of class?
Um, Most of my friends are from CAT, which we made promises between ourselves that we need to pass ACCA together to be able to
Very
graduate
nice.
together. So there is a bunch of us that we made commitment to each other, and we we actually study hard together, ask each other questions, make sure everyone is fine, and we progress all the way up to strategic professional level. And now most of us are graduated.
Wow, that's really nice. I mean, to have a friends right from the start of the journey and almost, going through all the papers. So most of you took the same papers together?
Um, there are some times that we took different papers, but in the end, somehow we still ended up at the same pace. And even though we take different papers, we still keep in contact. We still ask each other out, check on them whether they are well. Or if they are not fine, maybe we can ask other friends to send them help so that we make sure that they will pass that
Oh,
paper,
that's
even
really nice. So it's a close knit pack. Very nice. So was it competitive?
competitive in terms of attaining a prize or in terms of passing the paper.
Everything.
I guess yes, it is because most students who choose ACCA, they are bright students. So for me to be able to get a prize, I actually need to study quite hard. But then on the other hand, I think to pass ACCA is not that tough because I think it's doable with enough practice and enough revision. And with the help of lecturers, I think it is fine.
Yeah, it's good to have competition. It can be a healthy competition. You know what I mean? So when you have your competition, it can be a source of motivation as well, like what you were saying. So competition and having the right friends and who inspire one another to do well. I guess you were very lucky to have that support. So that's really excellent. And your parents must be absolutely proud of your achievement, definitely on that. And I'm sure they are a great pillar of support in for you to achieve where to achieve what you have and to reach to this level. You want to share a little bit on that?
Yeah, sure. My dad, of course, he's an auditor, so he has always been there for me. Which anytime I need any help with any help in my studies, he's always there to answer my questions. And my mom, I would really like to thank her because she resigned when I was 1 years old to take care of me, and she taught me and look at me grow up. As I grow up, she always be there for me and teach me. And because she resigned for me, she is a full-time homemaker and also a teacher to us. And I feel like the way she brought us up is really, really great. She didn't force us to go to those tuition classes or do those holiday exercise books. But then she brought us up in a totally different approach. She taught us how to cook, how to bake. She taught us to do house chores. And she also encouraged us during exam time, don't study so much. You can de-stress by going out to play. So I feel like the approach my mom take is really, really great, and I thank her a lot for where I am today.
That is really very sweet. You know what most people would have expected? It was your mom, your parents who would have pushed you and insisted maybe, that you study long hours and all. Very rare to have, parents who actually tell you don't study too much, take a chill pill, do take, regular breaks. And I love what you said about your mom teaching your life skills. Yeah, academic skills is something that you attain in college, but it's really very important to have life skills and to be able to sustain and survive on your own. So that's really great. So do you cook a lot then, Chahui?
Yes, I cook quite often, like almost every day, and I like to bake. So occasionally I will bake cookies, I bake cakes because I like to eat too.
Uh-huh. That's nice. Okay, you do know that if you have a lot extra, where you can send them to, right? Sunway has have a lot of people that definitely would look forward to having your cookies and your bakes.
Sure, sure.
Um, so, would you like to share with us a personal achievement besides academic excellence that you're proud of? Something else apart from your academic, qualification and excellence.
A personal achievement. I think I'm grateful for my friends because a lot of people, as they progress in life, some of the friends they will be losing out. But I feel like some of my friends are my friends since my primary, since my secondary school. I feel like it's really great that I still keep in contact with them, stay close to them, and continue to support them, and they support me too.
Very nice. So, to achieve what you have needs a lot of perseverance and motivation. What is motivation to you? How do you sustain this motivation?
Motivation to me is like the reason for me to do something. Like for example, like what I said just now, the motivation, the reason I would like to get a prize is to be able to waive off my tuition fee. So to sustain motivation, everything just like what I said, as I get a prize, the fee thing doesn't apply anymore. As I get other prizes, the cash prizes will be the new motivation, because as things pass, the motivations doesn't apply anymore. So the thing is, we need to constantly find new motivations.
Excellent. I learned something new as well about putting up prize wins and tuition fees as a motivation. I usually put in my goals as my motivation, meaning okay, if I'm sitting for exam, these are the marks I want, and that's the one that I implant in my head and maybe on my study table. But something new. Well, there's always new things to learn. What would you say is your greatest strength?
Greatest strength, I guess I
Mm-hmm.
have good attention to details. Like sometimes when some things that people do not spot on a first glance, for me, I don't know, is it because of my science nature that I always do that. So I've always have a great eyes for detail. I always think of some stuff that people don't always think of.
That's very nice. So basically, thinking out of the box, and
Mm,
sometimes being able to get the big picture, and that helps you to deal with things better.
yes. I think my science background also really helped me, because sometimes um science really help us to think out of the box, that when something is wrong, we need to find out where it's wrong. So science really help us to find out where is the root cause, what is the root cause of this problem. So we'll be able to solve it back step by step down to the root cause and settle the thing from the bottom.
I'm sure the starting point was your science background. Going through all the 14 papers in ACCA, I'm sure that enhanced a lot of your analytical skills as well.
Yes, because towards the higher levels, we do not rely on memorizing the answers or memorizing the formulas, but it's more towards analyzing the question, giving
Correct.
great suggestions to improve the business, or giving out what we think. So towards the end, there is no fixed answer for our exam questions, and it's more towards like if it is practical, it is doable.
Okay, so you have the success by completing ACCA. What do you think? If you had not done ACCA, what would you have done?
If I had not done ACCA, maybe I
I
will
mean,
be
did it cross your
somewhere.
mind?
No, I've not really thought about that, but I guess since my primary, I mean my goal last time was to be an engineer, so maybe I would be doing engineering.
Okay, so if you hadn't done ACCA, you hadn't gotten into this, then you may have done engineering.
Yeah.
That would be a whole new story altogether, isn't it? I mean,
Yes,
we
of
don't know.
course, totally different.
Yeah, and maybe our paths wouldn't have crossed as well, all right? You have achieved quite a fair bit. Do you have any plans to do further studies to take on additional qualification?
As of now, I think I've studied enough. ACCA is quite tiring,
Future
and I would
plans?
like to get a break. But then in the
For sure.
future, maybe I will consider doing masters or even doing CFA, which is more towards the corporate finance part. And
Definitely.
if it is needed, I will do it.
I like what you said. It's not about having a string of qualifications. Depends on which field you are. Decide whether it's relevant. Go for a qualification that will enhance your career, not just for the sake of having a string of qualifications. Yeah, keep the learning journey open. Learning is a continuous journey, regardless of age. So depends on the situation. You're right. You have achieved quite a lot. It's good to take a break. Good to go and get some career experience, and then probably later on think about something else that you would like to do. Do you have any role models? And if you do have the role models, like what are the, what traits did you emulate from these role models?
I don't have a particular role model that I look up to, but I do have friends who are prize winners that I really look up to. I told myself, since they can do it, I can do it too. So I have a friend who is a prize winner for 4 out of 5 applied skills paper. So I really looked up to him. And another prize winner that I look up to is she is a Malaysia top 1 and world top 3 affiliate. And she is also a person who did not have any working experience and managed to get 2 out of 4 prizes in strategic professional level. So for me, I looked up to the previous prize winner as a motivation for me.
Okay, excellent. And this is what you were striving for, so it makes sense of what you're saying. What do you do to unwind or to relax after a full day of classes or maybe a full day of studying?
Mm, Usually the first thing I do when I get home is to take a nap because I feel like I need a nap. And I'm a person who really loves sleeping. And I feel like sleeping is really important to be able to keep our mind fresh and awake and be able to increase my studying efficiency. So of course I need to do my revision, do my studies and exercises. Then sometimes maybe during when I have free time, maybe I will watch a drama or watch an anime or maybe play some games. So there was this farming game that I play that is really chilling and relaxing that
Mm-hmm.
I feel like sometimes it gives me the feel like if I don't want to do accounts one day I may become a farmer.
So, have you gone for farm stays then?
Not really. I guess in my house I have a small piece of garden which I do actual farming by planting fruit trees or
Nice.
vegetables, and I realize actual farming and game farming is different.
Oh, of
So I
course,
guess
game farming is so clean.
yes,
And you farm when you want, and when you're done with, okay, you close and you keep it aside. Real farming definitely requires a lot more effort and more
yeah, real
dedication.
farming will be drenched with sweat, with the soil, then with all the water,
Yep.
and it's totally different. So I guess farmer doesn't work.
Okay, so ACCA is still the best, right?
Yes, yes. As of now.
As of now, okay, for sure. So you have talked about setting very high goals and usually seem to be achieving it. Was there a time when you were not satisfied or you did not achieve what you had set out? How did you manage the situation?
Of course, there are times that I do not achieve what I want. Life is not a bed of roses. So of course,
True.
I will feel down. I will feel demotivated. So maybe I'll get like demotivated for maybe 1 week or two. Then later on, I will try to analyze where did I done wrong, where went wrong, and maybe I will try to correct my mistakes in order to ensure that I will not make these mistakes again in the future.
Yeah, that's really important. It's not just about giving up, but you basically analyze, and from there you take the learning lessons and you work on it. And I think these are the things that our listeners want to know. We definitely understand, that we do set goals and sometimes we can't achieve, but we also want to know what someone who's a great achiever, how do you manage that? That was the purpose, of that question. You've been in Sunway Test. You said you have had a great pack of friends and all. What are your fond memories of Sunway Test?
Oh, my favorite place in studying in Sunway Test is of course the free Sunway Lagoon pass given by Sunway Group. So during lunch breaks, my friends and I will occasionally will visit Sunway Lagoon, and there was once that we are dripping wet and we went back to class in that wet outfit. And of course the aircon was cold and we were freezing, but I guess that is a good experience.
Did I hear you right that you went during lunch to Sunway Lagoon?
Yes, we do that quite often, like at least
Oh
once a
my!
week.
Oh wow! I didn't know that you could make it during lunch, that 1 hour break, and be back in class. Okay, I understand then that these are definitely fond memories. Right.
Yes,
So,
of course.
so Sunway Test has got this SAC, which is a Sunway Accounting Club. They organize a lot of activities. You participated in the activities. Were you one of the committee members in SAC?
I was not the committee member, but I participated in almost every activity they organized. For example, the SAC camp, their festive celebration, and later on during MCO, they have this fitness challenge or those take a photo challenge. I participated in almost all of them.
Oh, okay, interesting. I have a few more questions, but we have some questions from the viewers. So let's take this one from Elaine. How was it like studying in Sunway Test?
Studying in Sunway Test is really great because first we get to use Sunway College facility, and there is a tagline that says, "Other universities have a campus, we have a city." So of course,
Yes.
Sunway College is great. And secondly, I think Sunway Test lecturers are really really great, and they are really patient when teaching us. So sometimes I look at my friends from other universities, they're struggling trying to understand some concepts, but I think the way my lecturers explain to me is really clear and easy to understand. So I guess it's another plus point for Sunway Test. And also the Sunway Test brand name, when you graduate, you get that Sunway completion cert. I guess that thing is really great to be able to look for a job in the future because Sunway Tests have this stats ignites that helps us ensure that we get employed after we graduate.
Thank you very much for that. And talking about Ignites, yes, I'm the one who is heading Ignites and looking forward to reviewing your resume. We have another question from Roshan. Could you share with us some study tips?
Oh, study tips. Maybe I will share some general study tips. So I guess one of the most important thing is you get enough sleep and rest because when you are sleep deprived or you really push yourself too hard, you will just give up at one point and tell yourself it is impossible. So I guess taking a break or taking a rest is really, really important. And then the next thing will be we should try to understand before we try to memorize something. Because when you understand, it's always easier to remember it rather than memorizing a chunk of things that you don't understand. It will be trying to memorize some foreign language, like memorizing a German sentence. It would take a long time to remember it. So if it's for ACCA related, I guess revising after the end of lecture is really important. And during weekends, when you have time, maybe you can do some extra practices to enhance your skills. And yeah, that's all.
That was a very important tip that you shared. Anything that you review within 24 hours of learning something new, the retention rate is much higher. And reviewing it daily for a week again enhances the retention rate. So that was really a good tip, and you have practiced it. We have a question from Elaine. What is your biggest challenge during studying, and how did you overcome it?
One of the biggest challenge was because MCO happened, so we had to study online classes. Then because I live in quite kampung, I didn't have Wi-Fi at home, so everything was relying on my hotspot. Then I guess it was quite challenging because there was no friends to help us look after us. And sometimes when your internet fail, all you can do is just sit there and wait for it to reload. So, but at least the good thing is there is something called recording. Recording is great until people start abusing it. So
True.
um, I guess I am able to overcome this challenge and yep.
I would like to add on with that. What was your studying technique? Meaning to say, do you often watch the recording or you gave full attention when you were in class?
Oh, of course, full attention in class is better than watching the recording. Because when you watch the recording, there are a few types of outcome. Number one is you watch and then you get bored, you increase the speed to 2 times speed and watch, but then as you watch,
So
nothing
true.
enters your head. The second type will be you pause, you go get a drink, you come back, you start for a few minutes, you pause, you reply a message, then you start it again. And a 4-hour lecture, you won't even be able to finish it in a 10-hour time frame. So I guess attending live classes is still better than than watching recording. So unless there is really a technical difficulty, or if you are absent during the class, I guess we should try to avoid using the recording to replace live classes.
What you just shared was excellent in terms of, a 4-hour recording, you won't finish in 10 hours. And I totally agree with you. At times when you watch the recording, yes, I would put the maximum speed. And what you said about putting the speed at, 2 or even 2.5, if there was such a thing, we'll definitely do that. Yeah, do we have any more questions from, our listeners? We still have a couple more minutes before we wind up. So if you still have any more questions, please put them here, and Jiahui will be happy to answer these questions. So Jiahui, do you love reading?
Yes, I love reading, but it depends on what am I reading. If reading the textbook, no. Reading novels, yes.
Okay, because I remember when we had a chat and I was talking to you and getting to know you, I understand that many things that you want to do, you actually go and do a lot of research. And that's a very
Yes.
good trait that you have. And that, I believe, enhances a lot of your knowledge as well. And, it also helps you to analyze and understand things better. Right?
Because
So go ahead.
because we don't have working experience, we haven't really go through it as the first person. So I guess reading it helps us to be able to fill up that space that we don't get the real life working experience. Reading helps us to get a feel of how it's like and usually what will happen, and it gives the thought of the big picture of what will happen.
Yeah, very true. And you said you love reading novels. What joy do you get from reading novels?
When I'm reading, I start to imagine things like maybe I'm the main character or something. Then I start to imagine, wow, such a good life. Then later on, reality tells me, no, no, that's not your life.
You mean later reality strikes, is it? Like your mom or somebody calling you, and then oh my God, actually, you're just reading, and it's not really, you're not the character.
Yeah, but sometimes I feel like reality is better than the novel background because some of the backgrounds are just sad and scary.
That's true as well. So yes, those who enjoy reading, you actually get transported into elsewhere, but must have the joy of reading. All right, we have a question here from Isaac. Knowing that you came from accounting family background, did it help you to study better on your ACCA professional papers?
I guess it did help because sometimes when I ask my father's question, he can answer me from a practical and working point of view, which I think really helped me, especially for the strategic business leader, which is really in a business environment and requires us to have business thinking. And because my father is an auditor, I guess he really helped in my advanced audit and assurance paper. Really gave me insights of usually what will happen during a actual audit compared to what will happen in a textbook.
And doing a triple A paper, an SBL paper, requires very wide knowledge. So you had your dad to give you the practical aspect of it, and I think a lot of your reading also helped you in your SBL paper.
Mm.
Let's take this question from Ryan. What do you think is the most important factor for you to excel in your studies?
I guess the willingness to learn and also determination. Because as we go through our studies, go through our journey, there are of course many things that we don't know. So if as long as we are willing to learn, we are able to pick up the knowledge and at the end of the day we will be fine. But if you are unwilling to learn or you're just lazy, so in the end, no matter how well you started off, as people learn more and you just stop there, you won't be able to progress. So the other part will be determination and consistency. So if you start off really, really well, but during halfway you just give up, that is also not doable.
Setting goals, and your goals must be really really the kind of goals that you want to achieve, and that will push and motivate you. And I like your goal setting, which was just the fee schedules, so simple, easily available to everyone, no effort required, and and you just had that there. Muhammad Zulhusni, yes, we do have. There is a contact number. You can use that contact number to inquire on scholarship. Yeah. Can we have your second question? Yes, also your second question, which is full time and part time. Yes, we have both of that, full time and part time. We have the number there. Please contact that number and you will get all your questions answered. Do we have any more questions from the floor? Okay, any more questions? All right, any last words, Jiahui, that you want to share with the listeners?
Um, I will really give thanks to God for my achievement, for where I am today. And I would like to also thank those who really supported me, and for my family, my friends, and my lecturers, for those who supported me. You know who you are, and I'm thankful for you being part of my life. And I guess my achievement is not attributed to me alone. I would like to share it with everyone who have supported me. And also, I would like to give all glory to God. And to all students studying ACCA, just remember, even though you may feel depressed, you feel demotivated, you feel ACCA is difficult. But remember, at the end of the day, when you look back, you will feel that everything is worth it. Just like where I am now, I feel like all my efforts, all my late nights are really, really worth it. And for those who are considering studying ACCA, I welcome you to join ACCA. ACCA is a really good qualification that brings you to everywhere in the world. And hope to see you soon in Sunway.
Very interesting. Do you, last question, do you think you would want to be a lecturer?
I have considered that, and I am
That's
still putting
nice.
that on my consideration list. So maybe in the future, if I don't want to be in the corporate world anymore, maybe I will consider coming back to lecture.
That's nice. We look forward to having you joining us. Definitely gaining some practical experience will enhance the academic career for sure. So, Jiahui, thank you for your precious time and for graciously accepting our invitation for the interview, for candidly answering so many of our questions, my questions as well as the questions from the floor. You are a testament that with ordinary talent and extraordinary perseverance, all things are attainable. More than a sprinkle of genius, it is your 99% perspiration that has borne fruit. Thank you very much for your sharing, in terms of the lecturers at Sunday Test. They definitely appreciate your feedback. Sunday Test being the place to study, I totally agree with that as well. That is what I promote, when anyone asks me where's the best place to study. I'm also an alumni of Sunday Test, so yes, it is one of the best places to study. And being in Malaysia and being right home and to have the best place, I think that's absolutely wonderful. Success isn't just about what you accomplish in your life, it's all about what you inspire others to do. You are an inspiration to all of us, and here's wishing you all the best in your endeavors. Once again, thank you very much. Heartiest congratulations, Jiahui. Your achievements are definitely an inspiration to everyone. Take
Thank
care.
you. Thank you a lot. Thank you, Miss Kiran. Take care.
Welcome. Thanks a lot, Jiahui. Thanks a lot to all our listeners, those who were present here. Thanks a lot. Have a good evening, everyone.